So what's the point of pain in our lives? Pain inspires us to make necessary changes. That's the purpose of pain. Pain is your body, your soul's way of telling you that you need to grow, you need to evolve, and you need to expand. Pain really only becomes a problem when we resist our natural selves, our natural evolution, our natural expansion. At the time of the equinox, it's a sacred spiritual time where anything that has been building up inside you, so if you feel the need to make necessary changes but you've been lagging on that, you've been stalling, you've been pretending not to feel or hear those messages of pain, times like the equinox and most potently eclipse season, which we are entering now in 2024. This pain, this message of, okay, you need to change this situation, or you need to change this part of yourself, that pain will become louder and louder until we hear and heed its advice, its inspiration, its motivation. Pain is not a punishment. Nobody is pointing the finger at you from the heavens saying you must suffer. And I've spoken in my previous videos about how pain and suffering are two different things. Pain is a natural part of life. Suffering is a perspective and it's optional. I know it doesn't feel like that when we suffer. And I believe all of us at some point suffer until we realize that we have a choice and we have free will and we get to define and choose how we perceive events, experiences, relationships, fill in the blank in our lives. So this energy at the moment is digging up whatever painful evolution or uncomfortable evolution you may have been avoiding. There'll be a big focus on relationships at the start of this eclipse season. So the very end of March 2024 and I think it's the 8th of April, around the 1st, just beyond the first week in April. Our perceptions, our beliefs, our current relationship status, standing, and definitions and dynamics will be viewed, evaluated, and healed. But that healing is optional. So understand that these eclipses that we are getting closer and closer to, this is just after St. Patrick's Day here, so I'm really tapping into these energies as time passes, but I always feel the energies earlier than they actually happen, so I can channel this information and give you a heads up, right? So if you're interested in energy updates, you can subscribe here for more. But understand that these eclipses are about you making a decision or decisions, depending on what's going on in your life. These eclipses are not necessarily about you having to run out there and take control and make all these drastic changes. Although that can and does happen at eclipse season. I've seen it in my own life, I've seen it in other people's lives. There can be this push, this internal push to do the thing that's been scaring you, or you've been putting off, or you can even surprise yourself around eclipse season where you decide and take action in a direction that you didn't even see coming. It's definitely, eclipses are a shock and awe energy. I don't think there's any point in pretending they're not. That's not to say that every eclipse season will be like that for you, and that every eclipse season will have that kind of effect on your life. But the great thing about eclipses that I like is there's a sense of destiny to them. There's a sense of fated events, fate stepping in, a twist of fate, that kind of serendipity. And once your soul makes the decision, and as I said, the first eclipse will be about relationships. It will be about dynamic in relationships, relationship status. It will be about wounds in relationships. So if you're in a union or in a marriage, in a partnership or a friendship that is very wounded, you can expect to be drawn in, to focus in on how you can shift, evolve and heal those particular wounds or those particular issues around this time. But my point there was, the beauty of eclipse season is destiny steps in and helps you. The universe is given the go-ahead to support you. So if something is decided in your soul, in your heart, that this job is finished for me, this career is over, I've been procrastinating and delaying, it's time to put this baby to bed, the universe has your back and will fully support and guide and assist in the decisions that are made around the eclipses. For many people, especially people who are more maybe unconscious or not aware of the issues in their lives, or not tapped into what's actually happening internally, spiritually, that's where the eclipses can be a little bit more harsh, because again, the cosmos, the universe, your higher self steps in and can eclipse something out of your life. Something that you've been afraid to let go of, that is not good for you. Toxic relationships, outdated, imbalanced friendships where somebody is in the giving dynamic and the other person's in the taking dynamic and there's no balance to it. This is where the cosmos, the higher self, steps in and says, no more. Give me that friendship, give me that relationship. This is toxic. It's not good for you. We're going to hand that back to God to be transmuted. And in the past, I would have feared eclipse season because I think there was a lot of astrological fear-mongering at times around it. But I feel like as we've evolved, and probably because Uranus was in Taurus and still is I'm going through that Uranus Taurus 7-year transit, And that is a massive shake up, wake up. It's a tough time on. So if you're a Taurus, hello, and drop a comment below to say hi, because we have been going through the last, I don't know, 5-6 years. And I think we've just become masters of the eclipse season by now, because we've had so many shake-ups and wake-up calls. My voice is getting dry. It's really late here and I've been working with people all day, but I just had to come on and talk about this message I kept getting from Spirit about pain, that, you know, it's not a punishment. Pain is... So if you're in pain right now, ask yourself, what do I need to change? What can I do with this pain to transform it and allow it to blossom into something beautiful, into something brand new and expansive, right? Don't be afraid of eclipse season. I say this every year in my videos. Allow yourself to find the blessings in your current situation. This is Krishna. Find the blessings in your current situation. This is a great way to approach eclipses. And anything that is eclipsed out of your life, just say, well, it wasn't meant to be. My angels, my higher self stepped in and removed that person, place, or thing so that I can grow, so that I can access something better and become the person that I want to become, that my soul knows me to truly be. Don't forget the power of joy. Don't forget the power of joy, the laughing Buddha, right? So I have a ring light on here, and I've never used a ring light in my life. This thing is on because it's late at night, it's dark black outside. The light here is not very strong, and if I don't have the ring light on, you won't be able to see me. Well, let me try without the ring light actually. Maybe it's not that bad. Do you know what? It's probably better. Anyway, I'm not reshooting this video. It's a spur of the moment Aving style thing. Don't forget to be like the laughing Buddha and just find the joy in what you do have and count your blessings. I think eclipse season is a very focused, energetic time. So I would say be careful where your thoughts are going. Not to monitor them, but to honor them and to respect the power of your thoughts at this time. Then we have health and healing. And I really feel that the upcoming energies of the end of March and April, we will be very much expanding in our healing, our health, our lifestyle, our approach to how and what health and vitality means for us, and redefining that. So maybe you are someone who has always been on Instagram buying all the latest health trends and buying into that, and maybe you've come to realize that a lot of it is disingenuous. It's about selling products or services, and you now really redefine what health and healing means to you. And for some of us, that's actually learning to slow down and to be more compassionate to our bodies. That's definitely something for me in my 40s that I'm feeling, and adapting to the changes and to the shifts within. I have a friend who is pregnant and she's in the early stages of that journey. And it's beautiful to hear her talk about how she's respecting her body and she's slowing down and giving herself more rest, more care. That's very much health and healing, right? And then we also got flow of prosperity, Lakshmi. So she's pouring the coins down upon you. And we used to say when I ran I used to run a meditation circle for years out in Dunleary in Dublin. And we used to do the chant, Lakshmi likes me, Lakshmi likes me. And this chant is meant to attract money. And I have to say, anytime I really did it, like sat and meditated and chanted Lakshmi likes me, I always got a little extra in the money department. So that's it. I just wanted to say, for those of you who were, because I was sitting here having a cup of tea and I could feel some painful emotions wash up in me, and I felt the angel say, let's talk about pain, and let's talk about why these painful emotions are washing up inside you. And they were just so clear and reminded me that pain is about growth, and it's about change, and it's about how ask yourself, how am I resisting the natural self? In what way am I resisting the natural self? Because the natural self is changing all the time. The natural self is growing and evolving and defining in a new perspective. So usually pain is a signifier that there's something we need to feel, or there's something we need to acknowledge and integrate and accept, and then change and move on. But we can't step into the change until we fully feel our pain, honor it, and acknowledge it, because truly that's when we allow pain to serve us in a healthy, natural way. Anybody who tells you they don't feel pain, they've had no pain in their lives, I would be concerned for that person, because pain is a natural part of life. When you think about your first physical expression, you were being birthed through the birth canal. You were being squeezed tight through there. There's no way that wasn't uncomfortable for you. There's no way that you and your mother who was birthing you weren't feeling some level of discomfort or pain. But again, don't define your pain in the same way as suffering. If you are suffering, acknowledge that and seek help. Talk to somebody, book a session, book a therapist, go to a healer, speak to somebody, talk to a friend. Suffering and pain are opportunities for you as a soul to connect with others and to help each other grow. And we have soul agreements with others who are meant to be placed on our path, especially empaths, healers, light walkers. We are here to assist people to transmute their pain. And I've worked with many, many people throughout my life to help them to integrate their pain and to see it as the gift that is bringing you closer to becoming the person that your heart and soul truly knows you to be. So if you found this information, this wisdom of benefit, please be kind and give me a thumbs up. And you can comment in the section below. I love reading your comments about your experience of the topic at hand. How did you work through your pain? How did you become a master of it? And I guarantee you there's many of you who have a story of how it's led to a new life, a new you, a whole new understanding of who you are and your relationships and your identity in your 5D life. So God bless you. Thank you for being here as always and sharing this moment with me. I appreciate you.